Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the best Warzone 3 settings, including controller settings, graphic settings, visual settings. Let's get right into the action. First things first, you got to know what I'm running as a creator playing this game and why I'm getting the frames I'm getting. I just recently bought a brand new monster gaming PC from Paradox, who I'm also sponsored by. Code JaredFPS if you want to buy the same build as me. Just let them know, hey, I want the JaredFPS build. After you watch this video, you might just want to invest into it. First things first, I have the Leon Lee case. It's massive. I got like 15 fans in there cooking it. Then we have the 14900K Intel CPU. We have the 4090. And then for the RAM side of things, we have 48 gigs of 7200 megahertz of RAM. And that's where I think I'm getting the most frames other than the 4090. But I'm going to show you a couple tricks to help with whatever series card you have, like the 20 series, the 30 series, the 40 series. Obviously, if you have the 40 series, your frames are looking a lot more like mine. If you have the 30 series, they might be a little bit lower in the 200, the 190 range, 180 range. Depends on if you're running 1080p or 1440p monitor. In my case, I'm running a 1440p Asus ROG 27-inch 360 hertz monitor. I got it for $1,000 open box special at Micro Center. So hey, I invested into it. It's the cleanest, most buttery monitor I've ever seen. But let's get right into the graphics. First things first, you go to graphics. We'll go straight to controller first because I want to show you what I'm using. For controller, I'm using an AIM controller, which I am partnered with. If you want to, after watching my controller, you want one just like me, make sure you use code FPS when you buy one to get a little discount, help your boy out. This is my special edition Modern Warfare 3 AIM controller with the digital triggers and the two buttons on the back, which are A and B, which are jump and crouch. So when I'm slide canceling, it makes it a lot easier. I go with the medium tall on the right and the regular stick on the left. For my controller settings, these are a pretty basic setup to use. And then after you get used to them, you can raise or lower your sensitivity. Right now, mine is 5.5. You can try that. If you don't like it, hey, try something different. I'm running a 0.7 ADS sensitivity multiplier. That can be changed up to you. It's all about how you like to run the game. Those can stay the same. Tac stance, I don't ever use that. You don't need it. Dynamic aim response. Make sure this is dynamic and make sure it's on 1. ADS sense multiplier focus, I put it on 0.85. You can try 0.9. Depends on what you like. Make sure this is on instant. Make sure your aim assist is on. Of course, it's like cheating. Aimbot, put that on. Default ADS aim assist on. Make sure this motion sensor stuff is off. You don't need it. Go back to controller here. These are all up to you. I turn vibration off. It's up to you as well. This is one right here. Dead zone inputs. If you have a PS5 controller like myself, you want your the minimum 0 on each of them, like this: 0, 99, 0, 99, and then the trigger 0, 0. That 0 allows you to get more aim assist because your stick is always moving, and that's what the dynamic aim assist comes in. That is it's a cheat code. Use it. Everybody does. There's nothing wrong with it. Now go down to gameplay, get automatic sprint on, turn auto tac sprint on, slide maintain sprint. A lot of people said that helps them slide, but just try it. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. Off, double tap, off. Slide dive behavior, that's up to you if you want to slide, tap, dive. I do tap to slide. The tap to slide helps you when you're slide canceling around. You're going to stand all the time. There you go. All this, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is all stuff that you don't, it's whatever you want. Tac stand activation, make sure that's off. You don't need it. Unless you're doing challenges in MW3, turn it off. This one's a good one. Prioritize interact. This means you go around, just tap your square button or your X button and just pick up everything really quickly, and then hold it down if you're near something to reload. If you don't like that, then just do the other ones. You don't have, It's up to you. Make sure plates are apply all so you don't have to keep putting each plate on individually. Graphic setting. Now this is the big one. Graphic settings for Warzone 3 right here. I recently put a video out on Twitter and it went viral of all my settings getting like 400 frames, and I'm going to show you how I did it, and you can take it in whatever way you want it. Display mode, always use exclusive. My monitor is a ROG Asus, so I click that. I have a 4090. Make sure it's the right one that's picked. My screen refresh rate on my monitor is 360. If this says 60 and you have something better, you got something wrong in your Windows. You got to go back in there and turn it up from 60 to whatever it is, 144, 170, 240, 270, 360, whatever you got. I'm running a 1440p monitor, so that's the display resolution right there. Brightness, I have it on 51. That's up to you. You don't have to. It's completely up to you what you use on that one. Now, let me show you a trick real quick. So this NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency is on right now, but it's locked. I'll show you why in a minute. Eco mode, make sure it's on custom, and you're gonna turn off, off. I put mine on limited, but some people like putting their frames on what their max hertz is. So I should put it at 360, but I'm like, whatever, doesn't matter. Let's push those frames out. Make sure HDR is off right here. Please do not play the game with HDR on. Turn it off. And then make sure you save all that. Then go over to quality on the top. Make sure to go to custom here. Make sure this says 100. If it's not 100, then you need to turn off something else to turn it on. Dynamic resolution, I would turn that off. You don't need that. Now, here's the kicker. To get the max frames, and if you have an NVIDIA card for one, two, you have a 40 series card like me, so 4060, 4070, 4070 Ti, 4080, 40 Ti, whatever, 4090, NVIDIA DLS will give you the most frames out of anything on this screen, out of any of this. But make sure you click it, go to show more, and you go to ultra performance. Now here's another trick. Go down to, by the way, you can turn this on. It's only for the menu. It doesn't affect it in the game, so it's just for making the menu look good. This is the key to Warzone 3, which a lot of people are fighting on Twitter about. But me personally, when I turn NVIDIA DLSS frame generation, it uses AI to generate more frames. And I'm talking about like 100 plus frames. And people on Twitter were saying that they get input lag. But as you can go watch my YouTube videos from the last 2 weeks, I haven't got any. I'm over here dropping, 20 plus kill games, and I'm just a regular player playing with the boys at night, playing some BR. I'm not even playing Vondel. I'm not playing Resurgence at all. And I'm having a good time. So it is completely up to you if you want to run that or not, if you have a 40 series. I say put it on, try it out. What's going to hurt? I think having 100 more frames, whether it's from AI or not, is going to physically help you play better in the game. Now, if you turn on NVIDIA DLS frame generation on, then you can go back up here to scaling and go to Fidelity CAS. Turn that on and make sure it's at 100, and that will make your game look 10 times better, but you lose, I would say, 50 to 100 frames. So if I'm pushing 400 now, I'm pushing 300. But the game looks way better. So it is completely up to you how you play it. That is how I play Warzone, though. Now, you can copy all these, and you can turn them some off, on, and see how your game looks. I run it pretty much medium. Normal, off, normal, high, on, medium, off, low, normal, low, both, off, low, near, medium, low, off, off. Switch over to view. Now, for me, on Warzone, personally, I play at 120. If I'm playing MW3, because rank's coming out soon, I'll be playing at probably like 105 or 110 to get that more aim assist. For multiplayer, but 120 makes you feel like a demon, makes you see better, makes you be able to like break people's cameras. I would try that. If you don't like it, try 115 to start off. Then make sure this is unaffected. It makes you be able to get less visual recoil when you're shooting people. Make sure all this is off. Blur, field grain off, movement least, and inverted flashbang. If you don't want it to be white, you can make it black. Audio. I use PC speaker. It's the best one right now. I think to hear footsteps. Make sure it looks like this, though. Dialogue down a little bit. Effects to 100. Voice chat is up to you. I don't know how loud it is for you to hear other people. You can turn all the voice tracks and the word tracks off. You don't need it. Set all this up to talk in game, blah, blah, blah. You can test it, do all that. Turn all the subtitles off unless you need them. Reduce the sound. Click that. And that's about it. Now, the secret that I run, this is something that a lot of people don't talk about. Go to interface, make sure all the subtitles off unless you need them. Click color customization here. Go down, color filter number 2, and make sure color filter target is on both, and your game will look just a little bit more vibrant. And it's just a little tip I tell people to do, and it helps. You can also tell the intensity on the interface or the actual Warzone map at 100, or you can change it to whatever you like. Another thing is you go down here and make sure this shows on the top. This is how you get your FPS counter, your latency, where the server you're pinging to, the packet loss if you have a lot of internet issues or the server's dropping, and your GPU temperature and I put the time on there to make sure I know what time it is. And I think all that will seriously help you out and become a better Warzone player and getting more frames. And if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the comments below or tweet at me at JaredFPS on Twitter or Instagram, JaredFPS. Find me. I'll see my DMs. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need an aim controller, code FPS. If you need a Paradox PC, tell them you want this JaredFPS special, and that's code JaredFPS on that as well to save some money. Have a good day.